Silvestre, Island Golden will be your ride in the opening race on Sunday. It's a restricted 3-year-olds race only. He makes his debut. He looked to trial really nicely recently.
Yeah, he has, yeah. And Island Golden, Manfred is very keen on the horse, and whatever he has done in the trial is only what we're asking for, you know. Obviously, he's a first start at Hong Kong, and no, he's pretty much ready to have his first start, and we are happy with him the way he does, you know.
Talking of what he was asked of in the trial, you didn't look to ask him a great deal, but he seemed to do it on perhaps natural ability alone. Would that be fair?
Yeah, that would be fair. Like, he's a horse, he's not over big, and he's a bit of light frame. You cannot put too much work on him probably, but we had done enough for him to have a first start, you know. And like they would say, we're pleased with him. I'm very pleased with him, and yeah, I look for a big day out.
I guess a big bonus as well for a newcomer in a race like this. You're drawn gate 1, so that rail to run against can't be a negative.
Could be. It's like they would say, he have his first start, and you want to do things in the professional way, and but you know, I wouldn't wish to be drawing the outside with him, you know. And he's a horse. I think he got a natural speed, and he only going to learn.
And have the reports from Manfred been pleasing about this horse? I mean, he's obviously got his team in good form. You've ridden winners for him already this season. Has he got an opinion of this horse, do you know?
I think very highly of the horse, and I hope he can take me to better races. And it's like they say, we only going to see him improving when he's racing, you know. But I hope he can be better than only one or two winners.
And just away from that horse and Sunday, looking back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night, you were at the double. Fantastic to see. Two nice winners there.
Yeah, it's nice to bounce them back, and thanks for all the support and from the owners and the trainers. And you know, I had three weekends cold, and but I just hope after Wednesday night can warm up for the next time, you know.
David, lucky with you, was rather impressive down the straight last time out. We're going to see him again on Sunday afternoon. How's he been since that win?
He's probably improved. The first win was full of merit because even though it was a narrow margin, he raced without cover the whole race on the outside rail, and he's a horse that finds probably 3 or 4 lengths when he gets a backside to follow. So from 7, it won't be easy for Zach, but if he gets a little bit of cover, he'll be very competitive again.
Has he been pleasing you in his track work, this horse?
Yeah, we have it. Look, he's fit now, and we're just ticking along, keeping him happy. But he's eating his feed, and he's sending the right messages.
Just returning to this trip, obviously this seemingly is his best distance. He's getting up there now, David, in the echelons of you know the group horses in regards to his racing. He's off a mark of 97. Do you feel he's you know a horse that will carry this big weight and perhaps go forward to another level?
Look, I think he will. He has carried big weights going through the classes, but he's got to give 15 pounds with the claim to Tony Cruz's horse. That won't be easy. And if he does beat that horse on the weekend carrying that weight, I'd say he's got group horse stamped all over him.
He has got the beating of Cordyceps 6, so the form's definitely there. Just as a more longer-term sort of target with him, perhaps, is he a horse that you might just earmark for December if he's able to carry on with his good run of form?
He'd have to be very impressive tomorrow. It's a big step. But he would, if he won, we might have a crack at the sprint trial and see where he's at. And if he was beaten, we might look at the Panasonic Cup with the lightweight 1400. So we've got a couple of options. But if he wins sprinting well, we'll keep him sprinting.
Yeah, excellent. Well, we look forward to that. And just for yourself, obviously, you've had a really good start to the season, 9 winners. I just wanted to ask you about a couple of horses in the stable. First off, Fantastic Treasure. Great to get him back in the winner's circle. I'm sure that pleased you immensely.
Yeah, look, he had the fractured sprint last year, and he took a while to get back into form at the end of the season. But he's come back and he's looking as really, really good. And I'm hoping in the group race he can show that he's up to them. And he's a bit like Lucky with You. They're at the stage where they're up in the ratings and they've got to see if they can go on with it now. I've got a feeling he will. He'll certainly be really good at 1400, I think.
Yeah, he's obviously always been an exciting. And just finally, we featured Mark Chan recently on Hong Kong Direct, Lord Thunder. How's he doing? Because his work seems to have stepped up a little bit as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the horse. He's right up there with my better ones. the tendon looks in great shape, but he's had a year off with it, and he's trialling Tuesday, so we'll know more after the trial.
Tony Cruz, so the big race coming up on Sunday is the Shartin Trophy. You're absolutely mob-handed in the race. You've got 3 runners, but the real standout name is California Spangle. How has he been since winning on seasonal debut?
Very happy, you know, he's won his race and he pulled up very clean, and I'm very happy with him. He's spot on coming to this race.
Obviously there was that big debate, 1200, a mile, which way do you go? Are you still very much in the camp that he is a miler, and obviously you're going to a mile, but has he shown you all the traits that have suggested that the mile is going to be his trip?
Yeah, but on this previous race, when jockey got up, Zach, he says to me, he's much better horse this season. He's much more relaxed horse, and he's much more patient, and I think he insisted on going to the 1600 instead of the 12, you see. So I won't want to go against jockey, right? So obviously he'll be going for the 16. I think he's much improved horse. I think he's much more settled, you know.
Talking of obviously numbers, you're drawn in gate number 12. Now, how do you approach that, one as a trainer and you and your jockey? Coming from 12, obviously less than ideal, I suppose, for a horse that wants to go forward.
Well, you know, he's always been in front of all this in his all his career in racing. I mean, we're still going to stick to the same way of riding him. He's got too much speed to it. So we're going to use the speed to go back to the front and just like other races he's been winning on, you know.
You've got a decent history in this race, notably with a horse in these colours, California Memory. I think having a look, 17 4-year-olds since him have run, one has won. Do you feel this guy is the horse that can buck that trend and make another 4-year-old the winner of this race?
Well, you know, his performance has been showing all that kind of, you know, his ability. He's should be a Group 1 horse. You know, he's won in Group 1. I think he's a lot of improvement to go yet. You know.
You've also got Beauty Joy in the race as well. He's looked very much an improving type of horse. Where is he at the moment in regards to his return to action?
Well, he's ready for this race. Only Luke Curry's riding him for the first time. This is not an easy horse to ride to, because he's got a difficulty is that he's got to have the horse really settled, and the pace has got to be on for him. He's got to have everything in his way. But I believe he'd be motoring home. It'd be a very close fight, I believe.
And from his track work and trials, obviously we saw a really impressive trial from him. He sort of sived his way through the field, finished off really strongly. Does he show you in training that he has got that little quirk, but I guess there obviously is that ability to go with it?
Yes, he's definitely got the ability, and he definitely needs a mile and above even. I think 40 is much too short for him now. I think 1600 would be perfect. I think he can go further. I reckon he can run out 2,000 meters to a mile and a quarter, sorry.
Just the setup of the race, Tony, obviously pace is going to be crucial for a horse like him. I mean, does he need a very strong pace? I mean, you've gone on record as saying he does need a good tempo. That might not sort of be a guarantee on Sunday, so how does that sort of fit into his pattern?
Well, with California Spangle going to the front, the pace will sure be on. And definitely they'll be running a smart time. I think it would suit him, but he's got an outside draw, that's all, you know. It's how the jockey's going to ride him. I think he's got to get him covered up and just ride a patient race. He's sure to be motoring home, and I think it's going to be a very close finish.
You've also got YING Star in the race. It would be remiss of us to forget about him. Obviously, talking of a pace angle, he's another horse that likes to roll forward.
Yes, he'll be right in behind California Spangle in the race. That's what I think. And he also likes a lead too. He's not a front runner really. I think he just one horse that can lead him. I think he'll be very close to.
Tony, it's a very exciting race, obviously, with your 3 runners. I'm sure you'd love to win it again, perhaps with California Spangle, but you've got three really nice horses in the race.
Yes, 3 of them are all very ready for this race.
Luke, good buddy, looked very impressive last time when winning. Steps out again on Sunday afternoon, up in grade though. How's the horse been since then?
He's come through his run well. His work at home has been good. Obviously up in grades it's going to be a bit tougher. And his difficult draw, but the horse is feeling good, and yeah,
Just on that win last time, Luke, I mean, it was noticeable that he jumped quick and you got across from a wide draw. He has won from coming from behind in the past, so is he versatile, do you feel, in some respects?
I think he is. You know, like you said, he's won from going forward and from being given a chance. Obviously, we'll see what David says with regarding the draw, but he is a pretty versatile horse.
He seemingly travelled very well. Is that a trait of this fellow? I mean, we haven't seen much of him. He's clearly not been the easiest to train, but visually he looked very good last time.
He was. It was nice because he wasn't overdoing it, which I think he can in his past races that he has run. So it's good to see that he's learning more about racing and how to race, and yeah, that just it's better for us, especially with a difficult draw.
Do you think, given his lightly raced nature, that he has still got that little bit of improvement to come? Obviously, it's not an easy race. None of these sort of Class 3s on big days ever are. But do you feel he's still got a bit more to come?
I think so. I think his last run showed that, coming off a long break with the top weight and a bad draw again, and still pulling off a win like that was impressive. And yeah, like I said, coming off a break and win like that, there's got to be room for improvement.